Hi, you'll have no doubt heard by now that from the first quarter of 2024, Spotify is changing its payouts. You will now need a minimum of 1,000 plays per year for each track before you start earning any royalty. Now, the idea behind this apparently is because there's hundreds of thousands of these micro earning tracks that use up about 0.5% of the royalty budget. So this 0.5% is now going to go to everybody else who gets over 1,000 plays. Now, for us as writers who are starting out, this is obviously an issue, but is it a big issue? If you're getting less than 1,000 spins per track, then it's not going to be your major source of income. Yes, it's nice to get some income, and why should your work be used for free when you should be paid for it like everyone else? As a group of songwriters, we presumably have our own Spotify playlists. 1,000 plays a year works out to about 2.74 plays per day for each track. Therefore, if you play your own Spotify playlist every day 2.74 times, by the end of the year, you'll qualify for the royalty. So that's one way around it. As songwriters as well, and as part of a network, we can play each other's tracks. So we can help each other generate 1,000 plays per year. This is good for us as songwriters, so it gets our tracks played. It also helps as we're hearing other writers' work. There's no indication at this stage as to whether Spotify may change the rules in the future, so you could see a situation where it goes up from 1,000 to 2,000 plays a year. We don't know. As a Spotify user and songwriter, I don't actually use Spotify as an income generation source. And even if I wanted to, let's face it, there wouldn't be much income from Spotify unless you're one of the majors. But as a music lover, when I want to hear something, I'll go to Spotify straight away. Other music lovers do the same. So therefore, use Spotify to generate a fan base. You can then, on your Spotify page, you can link people to your website. So you can drive traffic from Spotify to where you have your page. You can have merchandise. If you're doing gigs, you can get them on there. So Spotify is more a tool these days for somebody starting out to generate that interest. It's about making Spotify work for what we want, as opposed to what Spotify wants. When you release a track, what's your advertising budget? How would you like some free advertising? Well, that's basically what Spotify is for us. We don't pay them any money unless you're on the premium subscription, and it gets your music out there. People can find it. Where's the first place a music supervisor is going to look for songs? Spotify. Where are people going to look for songs that sound like, say, Taylor Swift? Spotify. You can put on the Taylor Swift radio and it'll find artists that are similar in style. So if you think of Spotify as an advertising platform as opposed to an income generation platform, it will make a bit more sense. Now, I know there are people that say, oh, I'm only going to release on Bandcamp because the artist gets the money. Fine. But you're missing out a big audience. And how much difference is there in, say, 5 Bandcamp spins as 5 Spotify spins? For the new writer, new artist, it's probably going to be negligible. Therefore, we need to utilise what we can to help us build a fan base, a foundation, a reputation. And we can use this tool to help us do that. And if you're interested, there's a really good docudrama on Netflix called The Playlist, which is all about Spotify. Very worth watching. Okay, I'd love to know your views on this subject, so please leave a comment below, as I love reading them. Cheers.